Welcome back to Who's Got the Tea, where we explore all things tea. My name is Shayna Hu. I am a tea enthusiast, exploring teas and taking you with me. So today I have a very lovely tea. This tea is comparable to a good pair of jeans. You can wear them up, you can dress them down. This tea goes well with floral notes as well as very fruity tones too. The tea I'm talking about is none other than white tea. I have decided to do 3 different white teas on this episode. I'm really excited. I think that these 3 teas will give you guys a good range to see the possibilities of white tea. Before we go into our tea tasting, I just wanted to go over the different types of white teas. If you're a Smarticle Particle and you already know this, then skip ahead to the tea tasting. First up is our Bai Mudan. This is going to be the first tea that we taste later on. It is a blend of tea buds and leaves, and I think that because of its cost, it's used in a lot of different tea blends. Our second is the Bai Hao Yinzian. This is going to be a more expensive tea only because it uses only and solely tea buds. Next up is the Gong Mei. This is harvested right after the silver needle. So it's going to be on the tree longer, and for that reason, the flavors will develop more prominently. So that's a plus. And then the Xiao Mei, which is harvested after both the white peony and the silver needle. So those are the 4 major types of white teas. It's worth mentioning that there are other white teas, but it's debatable whether they are considered white teas because of where they are cultivated. First up is our Bai Mudan. This label is super helpful because it tells us the amount of tea to use, the temperature to steep it at, and for how long. We will be taking a closer look at our leaves right here. As you can see, the Bai Mudan contains both leaves and stems, and that does help reduce its price point. Following instructions, we're going to take about 1 teaspoon of our tea and brew it with 8 ounces of water. The water should be close to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to steep for 3 to 5 minutes depending on your preference. I like to go for 5 minutes just because I want a stronger flavor. As opposed to green tea or black tea, white tea has a much more subtle flavor, and that can be attributed to a couple of things. First, the tea leaves are plucked when they are young, so they didn't have as much time to sit on the tree and develop that strong flavor. Secondly, after they've been plucked, they are processed in a minimally invasive manner. Instead of pan frying them, like black tea or green tea, they are usually left out and sun-dried. And because of this, they get to retain a little bit more of their sweetness, and that just makes for a light, crisp tea. Alright guys, so here it is, the OG flavor, our Bai Mudan white tea, and we're just gonna taste it simple as it is before we start tasting our fancy smancy white teas with different ingredients added and blended into it. So on note, it is a pale yellow. It's not a bright yellow, it's not amber. It kind of smells like a very light green tea. I can smell tea leaves, but it's just so subtle. I really have to get a good whiff. All right, so we're going to taste this tea. Yeah, so this tea is very mild. It's not aggressive, it's not abrupt. It is easy to drink because it doesn't linger on your tongue. It is just a good base for adding other things. So that's why I think that white tea is so great and can be so diverse, because you can add floral notes to it, you can add fruit notes to it, and it basically just blends with those flavors. So now let's get to tasting the more funky fresh flavors. Courtesy of my tea bar, all instructions for how to steep our tea is provided on our label. This is our French tea. It is called Songes Blanc. The base of this tea though is a Bai Mudan, and we are familiar with that now. The first thing that you'll notice is that I separated a single safflower petal, and you can see it's that like orange hue, very tiny, difficult to see. It also consists of lemon peel, which you'll see here, strawberry, and I didn't actually know this until later, the entire tea has been scented with rose petal, and as you'll see in the video of me tasting the tea, I was very suspicious about if there was rose in this tea. Following instructions, we will use approximately 1 teaspoon for 8 ounces of hot water. Water should be about 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and you can steep for 3 to 5 minutes depending on your preference. Historically, white tea originated from early Chinese imperial dynasties, in which emperors enjoyed the delicate flavors of the light, young tea buds. So this is our Songes Blanc French tea blend. It is so aromatic. I want to say that it is the most aromatic of all of these teas. I smell a lot of florally hints, and that could be the safflower petal, I'm guessing. Color wise, it is the same, pale yellow, maybe a little bit darker, but around the same color. The smell alone is so inviting, it's so intriguing. When I went to the tea store and I was picking out teas, I came across this container. I asked to smell it, and it was so amazing. I immediately had to buy it. Based on the smell alone, that's the reason I bought this tea, and that's the reason we're tasting it today. Let's taste. Oh, so good. So good, guys. So you guys know that I am a big fan of floral flavors. Floral flavors, FF. This tea is very florally. So what happens is at first you get the subtle flavor of the white tea. It hits your tongue, it's very crisp, it's clean, it doesn't linger. There's no bitter tones like you might get sometimes with an oversteeped green tea, for instance. There's none of that. So, comes across clean, and then there's a buildup of a flavor. That flavor is florally. I've never tasted safflower petals before, but almost maybe like rose-like. If you don't like floral though, this might not be the tea for you. I once gave my brother one of the teas that I had, and he described it as tasting like Pure One imports. If you are not like my brother and you enjoy floral flavors like I do, then this does not taste like potpourri. This tastes amazing. Last but not least is our peach white tea. This wonderful label tells us how much tea leaves to use, what temperature to steep our tea at, and for how long, so we will be following these instructions. Taking a closer look at our tea, we see dried peach pieces, and they're pretty abundant, so that's going to make it very flavorful. We also see yellow marigold flowers, and I really enjoy edible marigold. I think that they add a nice little sweetness to the teas. Sometimes marigold kind of tastes like honey, so I think that's what we can expect with this tea. And then also we have our white tea base. I would say because there are stems and leaves, it is a Bai Mudan white tea, but that would just be my guess. Following our label instructions, we will use 1 teaspoon of tea to 8 ounces of hot water. We will steep for 3 to 5 minutes at 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Notable health benefits of white tea include its ability to fight free radicals because it is high in antioxidants, similar to green tea. Also, white tea consists of polyphenols, which helps to reduce inflammation by relaxing blood vessels, so it is noted that it does have some heart health benefits too. Because I think peach white tea is great for the summertime, I'm going to pour this over ice try to chill it really quickly and just see if I can give you an idea of what it would be like as a peach white iced tea. All right guys, so here we have our peach white tea. It smells very fruity. It's because of the peaches, hint hint. The color is the same as the base white tea that we had earlier. So nothing left to do but to taste. Yeah, so the first note that hits my palate is peach. It's the predominant flavor. It's very good, it's very refreshing. And then after that is kind of the subtle white tea. The white tea is a very mellow flavor, and so a lot of different things can be incorporated with white tea, which makes it so diverse, so great, and possibly one of the most versatile teas for any and everyone. This is good for summertime if you guys make a big batch of it. Probably good with a little bit of honey, and you're ready to go. All right, I think that is it for white tea today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know which of the 3 you really enjoyed, or if you have a white tea at home that you really like, just leave it in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know also in the comments. Apart from that, I hope you guys are safe, I hope you guys are healthy, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.